Hi everyone, my name is Arina and welcome to the NORDINARY SHOW, the podcast where extraordinary business owners will tell us about their experience and share with us what kind of mistake they made or not when they try to build their business. Will be very interesting. Let's speak about the real business. Hi everyone, welcome to the NORDINARY SHOW. Today our guest is Tamara Zeravljev, founder Ads to Ads. Hi Tamara.
Hi Arina, thank you very much for having me today.
I'm happy to see you. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm amazing. Like the new week has just started, so yeah, new beginnings, let's say it this week.
Yeah, can you tell us more please about Ads to Ads? What kind of service do you provide for sellers? Tell us more please.
Sure, yeah. So Ad to Ads is TikTok agency. That means that we are fully focused only on TikTok. With that being said, we have three different services that are covering like most of the TikTok content. So first one is social media management, where we are actually doing like the strategy for the brand, ideas, copies, descriptions. Then we do the filming of the videos, like the UGC videos or whatever the brand requires. And of course, editing and posting. So it is like maintaining the profile of the brand. That will be the first one. The second one is advertising on TikTok. We are proud to say that Ad to Ads is TikTok official partner, so we have their full support and access to some beta features and tools. So it's everything, let's say, regarding advertising, maintaining your campaigns and then optimizing and everything. And the third one would be influencer scouting. So if some brand needs like few influencers that is going to create the content for them and post on their profile, we do the scout, negotiating, briefings, and everything. So the brand doesn't need to worry about that part as well. The only thing that we are currently not working, but we are working on to work on the TikTok shop actually. We are covering the advertising and like helping, let's say, through how to do it, how to how to put the products there, how to have the TikTok shop on TikTok. But soon I hope so that we will be able to say that we are also managing the TikTok shop as well.
Sounds good, really good. I think it's in nowadays it's so popular because TikTok traffic it's absolutely different, and this is the new way how to promote your brand in social media via TikTok because Google is Facebook, everybody knowing, but it's so expensive traffic at the moment. And I think you do a very nice job and really help to sellers to scale business.
Yeah, thank you. We are trying, we are doing our best. As you said, it's like it can be really expensive, like from on the money side, and I would say expensive on the time side, because you need a lot of time to invest actually to film the videos, to have the strategy, to keep up with the trends, to get creative, to film it, to edit. Everything is,
Yeah.
very much time consuming. But as you said, as well, money, because you will need some different persons doing all of that. And of course, if you want to do the advertising as well.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. And can you take us to the very beginning of your e-commerce journey? What inspired you to start your own business, or can you tell us a little bit more about your background in e-commerce?
Yeah, so I would say like I started with marketing like a few years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, but I would say a few still. um, yeah, I was doing like actually back in the days Google, Instagram, Facebook campaigns and those types of campaigns, and then transferred to the Amazon world. So from Amazon to TikTok, and then doing a lot of PPC things like calculating analytics and all of those things. But in deep down in let's say in my core, I'm actually a very creative person, and I really love to do creative stuff, like to explore and to film and to think about the creative ideas, how to represent something, like how in a creative way to represent a brand or product or something like that. So through my experience in like the agency that I was working in, before I have opened my own business, I have doing like the PPC part. I was on the sales calls because I was leading the department and everything. So I realized like then in that world of TikTok, everybody needed the creatives, because the creatives are like at least like 60 to 70% of success of the ads or of the sales of everything on TikTok. So we were working with the clients who were only wanted to do the ads, and of course wanted to have sales. That was the only goal of every seller. I mean, not the only, sorry, the main goal for every seller to have sales, of course. So in order to have sales on TikTok, you need to have great creatives. And I was like really into that, like, guys, we need to do the creatives. It's such a cool thing. We cannot sell if they don't have good creatives. And like few years back, like 5 and 4 years ago, um, every seller was struggling, because on Amazon, if you get back 5 years ago, all the videos were like just blank with the product, some few words about the product, and that's it. But that is not what is selling anymore because of the TikTok. So they were like trying to sell with those kind of videos, and I was like, as I told you, very creative, like, you need to try this and that, and TikTok is totally different, blah blah blah. But then at the end, like, I realized that is what is missing. Like, in order to have success brand on TikTok, you need to have good creatives. So that's when I said to myself, like, I think I can do this, because I had a bunch of great ideas, since I was working with those clients back in the agency. And then I had few friends that are very creative, like already on TikTok, doing the content for them. And I said, like, why not, like, to try this, like, not as a side job. I think I could do it by myself. Because I think I had like a great support from my family, because in my family, everybody are some kind of an entrepreneur having their own businesses. So I said, like, let me be the one that will jump in, like the youngest one to jump into this world and try it on. And I mean, I'm like that. I like to try stuff that I like, and to see how it is, not to only think about it like, oh, how it will be if I was doing that or this. So at one point I gave a quit, and and tried it, call all the friends, and let's do this. And yeah, and it became Add to Ads, actually. And I'm really proud to say that I did it from the scratch, like from zero, with the help of family and friends at the beginning. But the crossroads for me were those sales meeting in the previous agency. Like, I was seeing what is missing, like from the agency side, but
Mhm.
like also what is missing from the client side. And I was like always thinking, like, if I'm the client, what I would like to have everything in one place, and what is missing, the creatives. So that was like, I need to do this, because I think we were one of the first ones in the Europe doing the ads. And I said, like, it's a great time to start it, because TikTok is growing, and it still is. So let me grab that chance and try it on.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. I think our story a little bit close, because in my previous experience, I also work with some companies like a marketer, and I don't think about the branding as something special. But in one day, when I found the right people, and when I tried to think what I need to do the next, because I have a great potential. I have a power. I have known. I see the customers, what customer needs, and yeah, I know this feeling, and that's
Yeah.
amazing that you risky, but the final result, you get the agency and help different sellers to scale on TikTok. Because yeah, create the content. I try it to create some content for myself. I started because when we spoke, I think it was September, about the TikTok, about the how to promote the services and etc. Uh, During this time, I tried to create some videos, cut it, find some top music for this, and it's so, to be honest, I understand the bloggers and influencers. It's so many time to create idea, to shot, to editing, to add the music. It's so hard personally for yourself, but for the other brands, it's sometimes something, I don't know, something impossible mission because it's so hard.
Yeah, yeah. As you said, like it's really challenging for everybody. Like as you said, even for the influencers, I think it's challenging because you have your everyday life, but you need to be constantly somehow on the network, like to
Yeah.
see, as you said, the music in trending, like the trending, some trending memes or whatever. But before all of that, you need to have time to think about all of that before and to do it. So I understand you fully.
Yeah. Okay. What were the biggest challenges when you start your agency? Because you started and you need to find new customers. You need to tell this word about the ads to ads. And what were the biggest challenges?
Yeah, that is one of the interesting questions in your podcast, I would have to say, because everybody are facing maybe similar but somehow different challenges as well. I mean, the one of the biggest challenges for me as a creative person is paperwork, I would say. That was my biggest challenge when I just started. I opened the agency, and opening in Serbia is like not that much of a work, but it's a little bit tricky, like how to do it, all the papers, what you need, and blah blah blah. And then when you open the business, you need to do the finance part and all the paperwork, and you know how it is. And for me, it's like, oh, it's killing my creativity. I don't know what I will do now. Like, someone help me, send someone to do it instead of me. I mean, of course, I have someone doing the paperwork, but still, as a business owner, you need to check everything, be constantly with it, keep up with the numbers and with all of that. So my biggest challenge, I would say, it's paperwork 100%, because even if I have finished economics and I know a lot about it, it was really, really painful somehow for me. But at the end, I think I have crossed that barrier. Like when it become easy for me, let's say when I learned all of the things, and when I did it like 100 times, then I said like, oh, okay, it's easy now. I just do it like let's say around 1 hour a week, just to check up everything, or 1 hour even in 2 weeks. And now it's like very easy. But in the beginning, I would say to everyone who didn't have it as their, you know, day job, or even had the background with it, learn it at the university or somehow, I think it's very challenging to keep up with all of the paperwork. That will be the biggest one for me. And I think I have the second one, and I think it's like pretty common: finding the good people that you will start with to work for you. I mean, I have been lucky to have like few people that are like pretty good at the beginning, that I had in my mind since I started. As I mentioned, like few friends, or a few people that I already knew that are on TikTok. They're very good and very keen to, to work that as an everyday job. But to find like a creative person that has time to do all the strategy, all the ideas, and then to film themselves, and then to have time to edit the videos, as we were telling everything, it was really challenging, because you have persons that are like creative and would like to try, and then you give them some, for example, some, I don't know, small work, like, oh, this is the idea, let's say this is a brand, this is a product, try to do it, show it how you will do it, just to see, if they are going to be good at doing with the products or with the different types of companies. And the challenges were to have that person be creative constantly somehow, to not lose that creative part, and to still find like that sales part in their brain, like how to, on a creative way, actually sell the product. So that was the challenge, like that we have faced. And I have gone to the interviews with a lot of different people that are like pretty cool with their own profiles, but don't know how to do it with the products. So that is one of the challenges, I would say. But I think that is something common to everyone, like finding good people, like even for the company, or just something as a freelancer or whatever. I would say that's like the second one.
It's a very good comment because some of my guests on the podcast, my close partner, told me the right thing, that for every creative person, the biggest challenges is to face um, when business owner, it's not about creative person. You are multitasking person. You need to do a lot of different work, sales, paperwork, and etc. And this is so hard sometimes to realize this reality for us, for creative person, and not to lose your creative part, because it's sometimes so hard. You need to delegate a lot of things, and you need to fix this and this, and sometimes it's so hard. To be honest, when I opened the branding agency, I think that I will be like art director. I will be with my creative team to do something very creative together. But as a result, after 2 or 3 projects, I told my team that, guys, no, I don't have a power for all of them. Of course, I do a lot for every hour project, but I can do it all creative part by myself and delegate this for the main designers and other team. And this is so hard. I know this feeling.
Yeah,
Okay. With challenges, it's okay. It's I agree absolutely with you. This is sometimes so hard to find right people because you have your vision, you have your work style, and etc. Sometimes it's the biggest, I think, for entrepreneur to find the right people for your team.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and what about the mistakes? Because the business, it's not only about super success stories about I don't like this. It's not a mistakes. It's lessons. Yes, of course, it's lessons, but we need to open for our audience. Maybe you do some bad investment, or hire the bad people in your team, or something like this. And can you share this type of your secrets?
Yeah, sure. As you said, I don't like to call them 100% mistakes. As you said, it's more than a lesson, I would say. And I think it's a healthy thing, 100% healthy thing, to have like some mistakes in your business. I would say if I didn't have any mistakes, I would be a little bit scared, because I would be like, okay, what I'm doing wrong here, you know? So
Yeah.
I would agree with you. But some like, I would say like time can be like a bad and a good investment as well. But I would say like a bad, as you have mentioned, like just a few seconds ago, when you are trying to invest your time, trying to be in every place, in every role at the beginning, 100%. It was one of the biggest mistakes and the bad investments, like from my time. Like as you said, I'm creative, I can help you with the strategy, like I have been doing the sales as well, like I know how Amazon world works, and we have a lot of Amazon clients, and all of those things. And I was trying to be like helping everyone, teaching everyone. And then at one point I realized like I cannot be all of those persons. I need to step out and try to be actually what I am here in this role, like a founder and the CEO, and doing my roles, let's say from my point, and leave them doing their job, as they're very good at it. Not saying I was like telling them, oh, it's not good or something, but I was trying to help them, like to give something extra, from my side, or some experience. So I would say like I have invested so much time in some things that could be a better investment in some other things. One like example can be that last year, for example, we had like in the summertime, like around this period, we have 11 clients. I remember because it was the challenge, like for us at the beginning. So we had 11 clients, and I was trying to be, involved with everything, every role in the company, like doing the sales calls, going on the podcasts like this, going on a conference as well in Prague at the same point, and then trying to help them with a strategy. Oh, I have some creative ideas for this and that one. Oh, let me be at this shooting. Let me be at that shooting. How are you editing and everything? And then I realized I don't have even time for myself. I don't even have time to think about the business and how to scale it and how to improve it. And I was realizing for straight 2 or 3 months, we were, stagnating, and it was like somewhere, not like in the very beginning, but somehow in it. And then I realized like it's not healthy for the business. I cannot do this. I mean, I knew that, but like I needed to do it as well. So in a practice, so then I like put the line in the front, and I said like, okay, Tamara, you need to invest good time in this, not give yourself like 100% to everything, because that is not a good work, that is not good for the company. And that's where I stepped out from all of the things like that I was doing, and I'm here just there to check all the work, like give the good inputs, help where I can help, where they need help, like where they really need help. And like, of course, I'm not going to every shooting anymore, like they don't need me every time in the studio. So I would say like it was a, as you said, mistake, but that we learned from, that I have learned from. And like I would say the bad investment, like the was my time at that point. But I would say that you can invest, better. That is the good point of investment, like to how to good invest your time, on a good way invest your time. And what I wanted to mention is like I think it's almost the same as everybody else. As I said, for the challenges, it is like the challenge and the mistake when you're hiring, people that are not good for that position. I would say like even for the some tasks that we have did with some people that we have hired to do the creative stuff, or even for the advertising side, you're giving them the job, they already have some background, you're teaching them how to do that on TikTok. And of course everybody needs or at least like around 1 month to get into the company culture, like how we do it, etc. So we hired a few new persons, let's say in a like period of 2 years. And what I would say like is we gave some people like some, let's say, permissions or creative freedom, let's say. And that's when we realized it a little bit has influence to the clients and to our work. And it's, you need to be careful of how much freedom you will give to persons, because it cannot affect the client. Thank to God, like we didn't, affect the client in our case, because we have stopped it in the beginning. But I would say like, it's, again, you have invested to the person was not, great fit for that job. I would not say like a great person, but not great for that position, maybe for something else or for somebody else with another culture. But that will be like some of the bad investments, I would say, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But maybe you can tell us some not the biggest mistake, some short mistake, because for example, when we start the agency, in my case, I don't do any traffic or something like this. I only think that I have a great list of the partners. I will tell everything to my partners about the agency, and they bring the leads for me, because in other cases it works. And in my case, it doesn't work, because you need time to filter the partner, to find the good match, and etc. And when I realized that it's not enough to promote my business, I start thinking why I don't think about it when we start. This is the mistake, and this is a little bit stop us when we start. And maybe you can share something like this, or
Yeah,
yeah,
for
something
sure. I mean, we have those mistakes, 100%. I would say still, until this day, we still don't have our TikTok. I mean, we are TikTok agency. We don't have our TikTok profile. I mean, we have it. We have created like post maybe one or two videos. But as I told you, like when you're doing it for yourself, it can be very, very hard because you need a lot of time and a lot of investments like to it. And that's the mistake. I would say like 100% until this day we're still trying to get to TikTok somehow. I mean, we get it to the Instagram, and I think it's much easier, I would say, from our side to do the Instagram than TikTok, because I mean, it still has reels as TikTok, the videos, but somehow it's easier on Instagram because it's not the same. I want to say the format, but the way you're representing yourself. But on TikTok, it's totally different. And I would say we're not having it for ourselves. It's like very bad because we are doing it for the others. Like, this is how you do it. This is the trends. This is like one idea, 100% like. I don't know, it will work and this and that, but we are not doing it for ourselves, as you said. So I would say that is one of the most common mistakes as well, that you are doing what you know the best to for the others but not for yourself. Like the time I have said, you're investing time to something else but not to yourself. I would
yeah.
say from the business side, of course, I was talking about the time because I think it's the most precious thing that you can have in this world. Um, it can be also like how can I say, like my brain stopped, but but you don't invest time to yourself. As I, that, yeah, I remembered. Like I wanted to say from the personal side, you also don't do that for yourself. Like on the personal side, you always give yourself to the family, to I don't know, your boyfriend, your children, your I don't know, friends, whatever. And you always get coolest ideas for their presents, for making them, you know, feel good and everything. But for yourself, you don't have that time, and you should actually. I mean, I'm still trying to do that, as we are still trying to have a TikTok for ourselves. But I would say like you can find that in a personal and the business life, and it's like a pretty common thing that is missing for everyone, and everyone should work on that like we are trying to. But that is like the small one because it's a pretty common one. And yeah, I don't know like what else example I can give you on the small ones. But of course, I mean, I will not say it's like a mistake, but we are always trying to, you know, try some new things and experience things. So let's say like we are thinking that some trend is doing great on TikTok, and it is like transparently good fit for some brand, but somehow it doesn't go well for, you know,
Yeah.
it's like the common mistake in our business. Let's say mistake. But still, for example, we are trying some trend in the music that says something about the makeup, and we're doing it for the makeup industry, you know, brand. But for some reason it doesn't go well. We do it similar as everybody else, but on our way, on the brand way, on brand side, but it doesn't go well. So I think that's like the common mistake as well, like a small mistake in this business of creating the content, where you are probably expecting, and especially brands are always
Mhm.
expecting that their videos are going to go viral, but not all the videos are going viral. And
Yeah, you need to and testing everything, and see the result, because without that it's impossible to say the result. And yeah, but what do you think, it's in today market, it's important for service provider to have the Instagram, TikTok account, and etc., and promote themselves via social media, or it's not so important?
So I would say, like, if you're an Amazon seller or like e-commerce business that just wants to have like their present on the platform like Amazon, or just want to have like Shopify, and that is your goal, then it's totally fine. You don't have to be present. But from my point of view, not because I'm a TikTok agency owner, I would just not mention like only TikTok, but all the other platforms. Of course, focus on the first that you have, started with, like be good on Amazon, have good reviews, start to have good sales. And then when you realize how to do it on Amazon, that's the point when you cannot relax and just like, oh, this is what I have and this is it. I will just numbers grow, like trying to know. You cannot relax, you cannot sit. You need to think of ways like how to grow your business. And yeah, like a few days ago, I actually met with the team Jordan from Carbon 6 as well. We have been talking about some things like this topic, where we have been talking about how actually people are, getting relaxed and not doing something like external traffic, especially for Amazon sellers. It helps you with, I don't want to get too much into the job, but it helps with your ranking, it helps with your sales, with everything. And when you're doing even Google, not only TikTok, but the Google, the Facebook ads, and of course the TikTok ads, it will help you, but not like only on the sales side with an advertising and everything. You want to have brand that is recognizable, as you are doing in Ordinary, like to have recognizable picture and image of your product, of your brand, and to show yourself with your own colors, with your own design, with your own pictures, with your own models, with your own picture of your brand. So you don't want to be present just only on your, I don't know, web shop or Amazon or whatever you are selling on. You want to be recognizable. So when you're putting some video, I don't know, give to some influencers talking about your product, not even have to mention the brand name. Someone will already know who you are. So that's how all the brands are achieving, by being present on Instagram and being present on TikTok and even on the other channels. Let's say, for example, you're selling, I don't know, some collagen or something like that. That is something that is trending these days. Everybody are taking collagens.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, every woman I think know about. Let's we need the collagen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
in
mean,
one
it
day,
became,
one day we wake up and woke up and understand that that's time for collagen. Yeah, I'm ready for
yeah.
this.
I mean, nobody knew about it like 3 years ago. Like
Yeah,
somehow everybody needs collagen today. But like if you're selling on Amazon, you're present on Instagram, you're present on TikTok, you're maybe present even in some pharmacies or some shops selling your
yeah,
collagen. You will be recognizable. But I would say like first start and being on the first platform that you have start, selling with, and then grow on the others. That's how you build the brand, and that's how you brand your image, and that's how people will get to know you, and that's how you will scale at some point. So I would say like it's a must for the brands, especially the ones that are selling products, to be present on TikTok as well, because it's a growing thing, it's a popular thing, it's a trending thing, and you can show it in a ways that you cannot show it on Instagram, Google, or Amazon, or your Shopify. So I would say like you need to try it out if you didn't still. But of course, you have to have time and to have already know your first thing.
yeah. And to be honest, I like the TikTok advertising bit because it's not so aggressive like an Instagram or Facebook. Mostly, it depends, of course, about the campaign, creative, and etc. But I noticed that a lot of Amazon brands Mm, uh, they put their advertising in TikTok via influencers. It's not super aggressive advertising. You watch this, I don't know, the lifestyle video, but when you're in the marketing, you understand that this is advertising. But simple people don't understand, and I like this way of positioning. Not aggressive brand, not aggressive advertising. I think it's a future.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, it's not like the straight commercial like it was, I don't know, like good scenes, good cameras, good models, good looking, I don't know, people and
Thousand call
everything.
to action.
Yeah,
Buy this product. Bye.
exactly. Like, if you don't know how to do it, this is how you will find, I don't know,
Yeah.
like whatever. But as you said, you're scrolling the TikTok and you're just seeing all the TikToks from, as you said, simple people, but from everyday people, like doing the content on their own, like how they're living their life, sharing their experiences in their life. Like, and you as a brand or someone as an influencer is sharing the same way video of your product, of your thing on TikTok. And the only difference between like the previous video that you have seen and the
Mhm.
sponsored one that you have scrolled to is like the small CTA button, like learn more, buy now, or follow the page,
Yeah.
or subscribe, or whatever. That is the only difference, but it's a cool thing because, as you said, it's not the typical sales video that you will see on TV or that it was on Amazon a few years ago. And it's like more natural. And I think, and I have said this like a lot of times since I have opened ad to ads, but TikTok changed the game. Like Instagram didn't have the reels; they only had like some kind of a you can post the video and that's it. But the reels is something different that is much more similar to TikTok. You have
Yeah.
that now. You have YouTube Shorts, and on Amazon, people are seeing the video that don't want to see that video that was there like 3 5 years ago. They want to see from a user perspective. You have also on an Amazon, like below your product, like videos of similar to your product or your product posted by you or someone else, as well, because people have changed their way of looking and they're somehow maybe sick of, sales videos like buy, as you said. They
Yeah.
want to see like how can I actually benefit this, as we said, collagen. I took it for for example, but like how can I benefit, like how it can help me, how I can use it, how you use it, how somebody else is use it, using it. Like I will do the search on Google, like I saw some collagen and I liked it. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it, but it's somewhere in my mind. And I don't know, I see it again somewhere else, and then I do the Google, and then the Google will give me also the TikTok link, and where I can actually see like how to properly use it, because you have, of course, the instruction like, oh, this is how you will use
Yeah.
the product. But everybody are lazy now even to watch the videos that are longer than, I don't know, like 40 seconds, or even to read all the instructions. Oh, do it, I don't know,
Absolutely.
after your meal, or I don't know, in the evening or in the morning, blah blah blah. But when you see like 15, 20, 30 seconds video of some girl opening and doing it and saying like, I do this every day before, I don't know, breakfast, and
Mhm.
it's like, oh, she's taking before the breakfast, I will do it too. And that's how you actually giving the tips, giving the benefits, point out what is the good and why you will sell the product immediately in the 15, 20 seconds. I mean, in the first 3 seconds you need to keep the attention, but
Yes,
you
and
will
then
sell it
you
in the
can
15.
sell. Yeah, and this is absolutely amazing, and I absolutely agree with you because yeah, all customers usually have the list of questions: how I use it, when, and etc. And when the content give the answer for all of these questions, it's I think 80% for the good result and conversion because yeah,
Exactly. You have it as an image, I mean, as a video content, you can see it and you can even read it. So you have the text and an image in once, and you have the answer
yeah.
quickly and right away.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. That's the reason I think why so many people prefer TikTok now, especially I, because to be honest, I don't remember. For me, Instagram, for now, it's mostly like you do copy paste content from other social media. You will speak about the brands and etc. You will speak about the personality. It's most like I don't know your photo album, photo video album, and that's all. And
Hmm.
if you want to promote some content, to pay attention to the audience, I think the best way is the TikTok, absolutely, because TikToks give you more version of content, and topics about what you can do it. You can show your day or etc. In Instagram it's a little bit different format. Facebook, I don't know, but I noticed that for many people Facebook it's like reading some news from friends, relatives, and etc. It's not about, of
Yeah.
course it depends about the audience, about the region, and etc., and for the products, but mostly I think, yeah, nowadays TikToks changed the game, and new generation prefer the TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, when you said just now, like new generation, something came to my mind. Um, you asked me about some struggles and challenges. I would have to say, like, something came to my mind at the beginning, like it was 2 years ago, even 2 years ago, and I think still some sellers are not believing in TikTok, believing that only new generations are on TikTok, like the 15-year-old ones or 18-year-old ones, like how they can buy my product. It's only the teenagers there, and those kind of stories. But I would say that more than 60 or 70% people are actually 18 plus year old ones, and they're much more buying on TikTok now because it's changed the game, as we said.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like maybe 6 months ago, even my dad's friend, they're like 60, 62, 3-year-old ones. And he approached me to at my father's birthday. So like, oh, Tamara, I know that you're doing TikTok. I'm on TikTok, and I was watching some videos. Like, can you help me how to do this? And I'm like, this is the real example that not only the teenagers are there,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
everybody are now on TikTok.
For example, for people around me, if I ask, "Do you have a TikTok?" and mostly of them answer me that yes, I have a TikTok. I registered in TikTok 2, 3 years ago because I need to watch for my kids or I don't know my sister, and then I like it because you can find a lot of such interesting content and etc. But it's people 30, 30 plus, 35 plus, and that's absolutely I think amazing for the brands because every year the age of TikTok user is grow, and
Mhm.
this is the good for the sales.
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, Tamara, I think it was very interesting conversation. Thank you that you share your experience and mistakes and challenges because it's always very interesting part. And in the conclusion of our podcast, can you give some recommendation for entrepreneur? Because, for example, for entrepreneur who just start and everyone we have some stagnation in one period and we need some little bit inspire or I don't know, something like this to find the way how we need to do next steps. And yeah, please share your
Yeah, I
for.
mean, I don't want to give you too long answer that I think I already did said some things, but I would say like from my experience, I would say try new things that you think that are good for you and that you think it will be good fit. Until you try it, you will not know like is it a good fit or how it works for you. And don't just sit back and relax and watch your business because that will not help you. And if you're at that phase when everything is still calm, like don't chill, like try to even, I don't know, like as I said, like again, invest time into yourself because that will be for your personal growth and for business growth, like to watch podcasts like this 100%, where someone will give their experiences. Something will click to you and say like, oh, this is good for me as well, and I didn't had time to try it. Or I don't know, just the word like try it out, if you think it's good, can maybe trigger someone because it can be a push up like, okay, let me try it. Is it a good thing? You don't know until you try it. But if it was a bad thing, you have learned something from it. So I would say like just continue to try and try and try new things and keep up with the trends, because I think you cannot grow if you are still back in the days, let's say. So those are a few things that I will wrap up for everyone to try it on. I'm still trying it on myself to do all of those things, but yeah, it is for the newbies or for someone who is come to somehow of a dead end, to try
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tamara. And in the conclusion, I can say I don't know what this was, but after our conversation, I want to say that you don't find a great time, year, or people, or something like this. You need to try. You need to try, and every mistakes. This is if you don't do the mistakes, you doesn't work. That's all. And yeah, thank you, Tamara, for your time today. I'm happy to see you. And I hope this content will be very useful for our audience. Thank you so much. And hope see you soon next time in our podcast.
Thank you very much for having me, and see you hopefully soon.